Love it,
Just know
love
I
it,
got
love
some
it,
good
love it.
stuff coming. Tune into my channel. I did miss last week on some stuff, but I'm gonna be back in it this week on some updates and just good encouragement is what you will get.
Right. We love it. We love it. We love it. All right, y'all. So we're not gonna go crazy with introductions and all of that today because we are limited time. Because my wife is flying in today and I can't miss her pickup. I will be an Uber driver. So we're gonna have to end this early tonight, but we're still gonna have a great conversation. This is gonna be a great show. I'm gonna love this one. So
Yes.
this one we are talking about dating choices and who is responsible for what we choose. As you see the title on the thumbnail, it says choose better. So let's go on with this topic.
Perception is a lot of the times we'll look at women that make these choices and we'll say you should have chosen better, you should have picked better.
Yeah.
And really what it is after the relationship has changed and transitioned into now we're both parents, I'm not fun anymore, I'm not the girl that you wanted anymore, you don't really like this lifestyle, what is this change in Pampers? When we used to go out every night, we used to do this and that. So yeah, people do change.
I agree.
So we got to stop saying like this been this way. No, if he been that way, I wouldn't have gave him. Absolutely not.
Whoa. Hold on. Wait. And again, I don't mean to interrupt the soliloquy, necessarily disagree. But my issue with that is when we get to talking about choosing, women choosing men. Unfortunately, a lot of women deal with men who they already have an example of the type of father he is. And they still choose him. Because to be honest, a lot of women don't get the type of father he is to kids that's outside of her house. She get to thinking like, okay, he a terrible dad over there, but it must be something that the baby mama's doing to make him be that way.
No.
Right?
She's keeping those kids from him.
She keeping them kids from him. She doing this, whatever the case may be. But when he has my kid, he's going to turn into super dad, right? So it's kind of hard for me to accept the fact that, hey, I just went into this blind. A lot of the dudes out there got 2-3 kids from 2-3 different women already. You see him being negligent. He don't even bring up his kids in conversations with you.
Well, those type of bitches have a special class and they ride a different bus, but we're talking about other women.
All right, so I had to let that whole thing play out. Let's get into the conversation. Who wants to start this one? All right, don't all jump out me at the same time.
I mean, I think
we're processing that.
Okay, so I guess just being honest.
Okay, sis.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna play devil's advocate instead. I think it's just as equal to say, like, when we look at women, right, what they were saying, you should have picked better. We can say that just as easy about the fathers that have baby moms that's going through all of this drama and they go into court and she's keeping the kids from me. Like he was saying, we can easily look at a plethora of men and say, you should have chose better, or else you wouldn't be on child support and all these other options or all these other things that they're holding against you. So I feel like it can be an equal, you should have chose better. I think people kind of get caught up in the moment of whatever it is they're experiencing. And we don't really all the time focus on reality, right? We let people kind of paint pictures in our head and we get caught up in the moment. But I think it's equal. I have plenty of friends, single moms and single dads. And it's just like, I could look at them and be like, you should have picked better. But it's like, I don't really think that's conducive to doing anything. That's not going to make me think twice next time. You just kind of like throwing shade of you took a L and that's what you get. That's how I see it.
Okay.
That's real.
I want to jump in if that's okay. So I feel like in relationships, right, people really aren't thinking about the next step. I feel like in the line of work that I do, I notice that we're really not putting any thought into it. Guy likes girl, guy pursues girl's interested, boom, we're in a relationship. But nobody's having any sort of serious conversation, right? I kind of agreed with the guy in that clip because it's like, are you noticing how he's treating his own children, what his relationship is with his exes? Could you perceive that might also be the same situation that you're putting yourself in, right? It just seems like a lot of us are just following our emotions out here. We're not using logic, we're not thinking, and we're definitely lacking self-awareness, is my opinion on this.
Yeah.
Okay. Next
I
up.
agree. I agree. And I also feel like, going back to what Uma said, I'm very much traditional in some aspects. I'll say that, some aspects. And one of those aspects is I'm not going to choose a man. A man has to choose me, because I'm just not going to waste my time doing all that. But I do agree with the young lady in the video as well when she says that people change. And if
Yeah.
you're not growing together, it doesn't matter who chooses who. It's about, are we going to be committed and intentional about who we are while we're together, what our goals are, so that we can continue on one track. So you can choose all you want, but the intention has to be there about your future and your goals as a couple.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we move on, we do have a super chat. We
Hey,
got Leon in the building. My guy is in the building. Let me hold on. I got something for that.
What up, Chill? What it do?
My guy Leon, he says this is grown women talking, not grown men talking. Let's keep it on the ladies, man. All right. Good looking, my guy. Always appreciate it. So, Boombox, what up?
Cardi B supporter.
Hey.
What?
What's up? Huh?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
no,
you talking?
yeah, the comment. I was like,
in.
what is?
Oh, you
I was
looking
like,
at
what
Matt?
is he talking about?
You know, Matt. You gotta let Matt do Matt. You gotta let Matt
Right,
do Matt.
like it just came up for no reason.
So, Kit, what's your stance on the topic?
I'm done.
Let's go, Kit.
Just keep it
So-
real, Kid. Don't even try to hold back.
Look, I'm leaving my aggressions for another session. For one, I feel like, especially on this channel, we talk about, we talk about like marriage, relationships, things like that. And the main thing that the conversation is always like the man chooses, right? So we're ultimately choosing based on what's presented to us.
Mhm.
And a lot of the times, if the presenter came to the party and not the actual representative, that changes and skews things dramatically. Also, I personally feel like a lot of people aren't in friendships before they're in relationships, so they really don't even know the person that they're choosing, or that they're being chosen by. And when you finally do get to know that person, you realize that what you actually liked about that person wasn't enough to be foundational to set a relationship on. So when you have those different things going on, you have to really think, was it that we grew apart, or is it that we didn't know each other in the first place to grow together? I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
That's good.
You kept it short and sweet. You listening to Matt tonight?
And blow me on the left side.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm
Yo,
not
Boombox.
that, okay?
Boombox, what's your thoughts on the matter? You can hear. I think you're on mute.
Oh yeah,
You're
on mute. No, you're back on mute.
Do it again.
Yeah.
You good?
Okay, what about now?
Yes.
There you go.
Being honest, I didn't get to see the footage that we're discussing. So can somebody brief me real quick?
All right, you want to brief up MRT?
Yeah. So basically, the conversation is, the phrase of like where men or just people in general are saying that women need to choose better, because they end up in these horrific situations, single mom or just financially completely torn apart or whatever. You're not in a good place. But we're kind of going over that phrase of what do we think of when people say we need to pick better, or a woman should choose and pick better.
But I thought they said
that Boombox is ooh.
because they always say that when a man finds a wife, he finds a so to me it's just more about the guy kind of taking the time to figure out who he is before even approaching a woman and wasting her time and neglecting her heart, in a sense of just the woman choosing, because naturally, we we already kind of discussed this. Like we want to be pleasing to our men, whether it's just in the dating realm or the marriage realm. Like we want to satisfy him,
Mm-hmm.
So it puts us in a tough spot. Sometimes leaving us as single parents or domestic violence victims and things like that, all because the man hasn't grown up.
Mm-hmm.
And in some cases, it could be vice versa, because the women do the same thing sometimes. Sometimes the woman hasn't grown up too. But it's just more so about not wasting people's time and figuring out who you are before jumping into something that is serious, because dating is very serious.
Yeah. I don't think people take it serious no more, though. It's kind of like a thing people try out for these, like, I think Dr. Umar Johnson was calling it pleasure contracts. You're taking trips and you're going to the club and you smoking and drinking, you always out. And we kind of just, like I said, we just get caught up in that moment. And you don't realize that that's not going to actually be, a strong foundation to build your relationship on. So we get thrown under the bus.
Or not only that, like I could, say a lot of people have grew up in like messed up homes, where the father might have been abusive to the mom and the mom stuck around.
Yeah.
Or, may have been on drugs and things of that nature. And some of those things can deter people from jumping into a relationship or taking anybody serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess, what's your thoughts on the topic?
So I like what Uma said earlier about kind of thinking ahead, and a lot of people are kind of more in the here and now rather than looking forward to, like, even what they like, what they don't like, what they expect, all that. They're just like winging it. And I find that that's where a lot of the problems arise. Even also not being true to yourself. A lot of people are not honest with themselves. Yes, they may like the idea of being with someone, but they're not really ready for that. And they're not honest with themselves. And then they'll string someone along sometimes, or even, enter in something in them with them for themselves, and they're not ready. And then it's a whole mess because of that premature jump, So I feel like awareness and being honest with yourself is important.
Let's be real. A lot of people get into relationships because they need a place to stay. A lot of people will romanticize you because, they like running water in showers and, and being outside in the summertime. That's just not it. So
I got something for that. But we got another $20 super chat from my guy.
Look, chill. I'm gonna send you my Cash App.
Me too.
If you got all of this bread to spread around, spread it to me.
Send it over here, and I'll spread the love. We can't hear you right now. Send it over here.
I'm
My guy Leon B1, he says, can I ask, what are you ladies' frame of reference when selecting your mates? Who shapes your image in a suitable mate?
Bill Cosby before the pills.
What'd you say?
Bill Cosby before the pills.
Bill Cosby before the pills.
Oh my God.
Before he became Bill Cosby.
Your reference of a good man was how Mr. Huxtable was, right? If I'm guessing that right.
I'm just messing, but I mean, he was. I mean,
that presentation though, that wasn't. I mean, even though it was TV, it wasn't a bad representation.
It was an affluent. It was an affluent, Black family where both parents were, not just gainfully employed, had, they had prestige within their community. They, you had the doctor, the lawyer situation. You had, well-mannered, well-behaved kids. Like, I mean, and he led his home, which is something that men, they shouldn't be afraid to like kind of look and see leading the home looks like, because some of them live with other people in their homes. So,
so there's something, just to add the male perspective to this, right? There's something that all of y'all missed, what she said in that video. And something that she said, I believe, is something that holds a lot of women back. The fact that she even said, okay, we're dating, then we had children, and then you changed.
Oh,
why are we dating?
Well,
having children?
I
Right.
said
Because, and you know why I can say a lot of people wouldn't have caught that? Is because it's so normal in our community.
Right.
No,
You know what I'm saying? We not marrying before we carry anymore. So it's she got an edible from you down there. I saw that smoke coming out her nose and all that.
I was like, what is going on with that?
So
More said time out, please. And Marty said she put up the church thing.
One second.
But no, that's what I was saying, GMT. You don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? People like I think it was MRT. They have these vacations and these situationships, but nothing that has any type of foundation to be built on. You can't build a house on rocky foundation. Something is always going to fuck up and fail, like every time. Like your pillars aren't going to stand up, your woodwork is going to fall, your bricks are going to sink into the ground, like because you didn't build it properly. A lot of people get into the lust of it and don't realize that can be a very temporary feeling. And if that's the only feeling that you have to decide if that is a foundation that can sustain a longevity relationship. People like to hump a lot, and they don't really know the people that they humping in the way that they should to move to the next level, even though that should have been the getting to know should have been the first level, right? And then you say, oh, okay, I like you enough to bump ugly parts with you, and then we can do that, but they don't do that.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
Right, and that's the problem. So we're not like you said, we're not taking that time to truly get to learn each other. So then now all of a sudden, this is why we say the word you should have chose better. As much as we could say like, a man choose a woman. Yeah, I chose my wife, 100%, right? But then there was a level that she had to choose me too. Right. She had to say yes when I got on my knee, right? And the things that she valued, right. We just ask. Y'all say yes or no. Sorry, Uma, what were you gonna say?
I wanted to jump in there because the topic tonight is women choose better, right? Mm-hmm. And for me, I would rather say women heal yourself. Mm-hmm. Because before we even get to the choice, we got to look at the internal traumas a lot of women are still holding from past failed relationships, or even the people that they were surrounded by, their mother. Maybe a lot of women grew up with single moms, or maybe a lot of women grew up with moms that didn't have healthy relationships with their dads. Right. Mm-hmm. So it's like now we have these perceptions. And don't forget, a lot of us, especially those of us that are over 40, we grew up with those fairy tales. The Prince Charming is going to come and save you. And you got to put all your hopes and dreams on this one man. You can't do it yourself. You're just a girl. Who are you to do anything? And he's the one that's going to lead you and take you. So I think we have to first, before the choices, we have to address the preconditioning that we have within ourselves. And we have to figure out for ourselves, what does a good relationship look like? To your earlier question, to Chill's earlier question about what's my frame of reference? It's my best friends. My best friends are in marriages 20, 30 years, and I've watched these people grow. My best friend, Sarah, she met her husband in high school. So she was able to grow with a man from when he was 16 to now in his 40s, right? Mm-hmm. And it's so funny. Even now on their wedding anniversaries, they go to Burger King to remember that's all he could afford when they had their first date. That's inspiring to me. Because it's like when I build now with my man, I think about that all the time. Like we're not living the high life. We're getting there. We're building. We're growing. But we have now this history that we're creating. But it takes us women working on our inner stuff before we actually get into or making a choice to get into a relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
My brother's been with his wife since
I say that's both ways. Like you just nobody say that they're prepared to be with especially one person. Let's just say, dating is different, but marriage is, a whole nother level, because
Right.
it's forever. Or at least
Right.
you're saying that you're willing to commit to forever, you know.
Right.
So that's a whole nother level of being prepared. So yeah, the healing definitely has to be done, and a friendship definitely has to be built before that takes place. And I think too, a lot of our issues right now, like a lot of these young girls, they want to be taken care of so bad that they're not even relying on their own skills and ability of what they can do to build themselves up right now.
Right.
Relationships have become transactional now. Like the big thing that we're seeing on streams is, women saying, "Oh, you want to take me on a date? Pay a bill."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I'm gonna counter argue that, because we're saying now, I think that it's only becoming a now thing because social media has put a face to it.
Yes.
I feel like this is something that has been going on continual for a long time. I think relationships have become transactional, just depending on the people. Not saying that all people want to make it transactional, but I think that relationships in a way have been transactional, but not in a way where we put a dollar amount to it, right? It's been more reciprocity than financial, right? So it's like, okay, this man is going and he's taking care of XYZ outside of the house. If I'm working, I have a business, I'm gonna make sure that these things are taken care of, and vice versa, and actually bringing those things together so that it is a unit, and it is a unit that's in unison. Because you can have a unit that be all over the place and they can't get it together. So I think a lot of that has to do with also, again, like we've been saying, just making sure that you understand the kind of relationship you're in, and that's making sure that you don't protect yourself, or you don't allow yourself to stay with the rose-colored glasses because this person already knows you and you're comfortable. And it's easier than trying to figure out you and then figure out someone else new to bring into your set. So that's one of the biggest things. A lot of the times it's been reciprocity, but now we've made it where I don't work a job, I am a job, and you can't go out with me, or you can. It's just become a different level of transaction where no one's really interested in getting to know the other person in a way.
My thoughts on that is that relationships have always been transactional.
Yeah,
you
but
always try to see.
Though.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't. Well, it's not. It's always going to be extremes to both ends. But we're just saying we're talking about the transactional part of it, right? We're always in it. Like, of course, I'm with my wife now because I'm getting something out of it. Same thing, vice versa. If I wasn't offering the things that men offer women, she wouldn't be with me as well. But when we look at these extremes, right? The internet, I believe, is teaching people how to be. So it's taking it to the extreme that MRT is talking about, right? Where now all of these women are what I could get out of it. Men, listen, if you give a man sex and he finds it easy, he's going to take it. So if that's the transaction that a man is looking for, and women are giving it a dime a dozen, so now the whole dating market is screwed. I've been out the dating market for 14 years, but I have a lot of young people that I coach, and talking to them and hearing what they go through, it's a problem. It's a problem.
But I hear more so like women, especially like on social media. It's primarily younger women, so like my age and Gen Z. But I do hear a lot of women that get online and like blabber their business to everybody. That they are looking strictly for financial support because they're not getting the basic things out of a man that they want. So just emotional support, reciprocation, effective communication, actual change behavior, loyalty, commitment. They're looking for these things. And when they realize that they may have some, a perfect image guy behind closed door, he's doing everything that little Ray Ray in the street is doing. So I'm hearing a lot from women saying, forget the love, forget the relationship. If you're not making 100 over grand or whatever, is crazy per year. And if you can't do this for me, then you might as well forget it. So women now are kind of to the point to where they're tied up. They're tired of experiencing certain things in failed relationships, which makes them now build a relationship off of nothing but a superficial structure. And
so
I think
let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
A man making $100,000 or more, what does that do for a woman?
I mean, I think that's good. I'm not good with numbers, but I'm pretty sure that's good for some people. It can be more, but I'm just speaking in general. Let's not say $100,000. Let's say he has to be a millionaire. He has to be a billionaire. He's got to have a Porsche. He's got to have a 4-story house to put me in. You know, just stuff that really don't matter when you actually get ready, when you get sick and die. None of that's gonna save you. But we're building relationships now based off of that. And I think men also are turning the tables on just straight physical appearance. And women and men are just kind of like super thirsty for something that they can get that's going to be fulfilling, but it's the complete opposite.
People are tired of healing over and over and over.
Oh my God. Yes.
Just getting ready to say that. Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, if we really want to cut bullshit and cut down to, you understand what I'm saying? For you, if you really want to cut down and cut the BS, it's like you cut yourself, right? And you finally heal it, and then somehow you cut it again, and now you keep reopening the same wound over and over, which takes a level of growth and a level of self-awareness. Like, why does this keep happening to me? So then what people ultimately turn and do is they say, you know what, this isn't going to happen to me anymore. I'm going to get whatever I can get out of it, because every time I've tried to XYZ, I've been met with the opposition. And if people decide to, like, for one, be honest with themselves, but two, be a level of vulnerable that allows them to get, vulnerability is like the key in, right? It's like you got the lock, and it's like, if you can get someone to open up and be vulnerable, that's your level of letting go and putting your guard down to actually even move into that space. People are so tired of attracting what they've been attracting and trying to figure out why they're attracting that they've just settled and said, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and say.
I have to say that I don't think that people are trying to figure out why they're attracting it. I think people are playing the blame game.
It's unconscious.
I think what I see people doing is playing the blame game. You're the reason why I am where I am. You're the reason why I don't trust men. Vice versa. You're the reason why I don't trust women. I see people playing more of the blame game than they're playing the introspective game. Let me figure out why I'm doing what I'm doing.
But that's after, though. You see what I'm saying?
They really do say that.
Right, but I'm saying I agree with you, but that comes after. I think that you try to find yourself, you figuring out, women, when we go through stuff, now we want to go to the gym and we want to get right because we ain't thinking about who played with us, and now we trying to figure out all these different things, and we're really connecting to who we are. And then you meet somebody and it starts out and everything is all great and you're getting to know them or whatever, and then all of a sudden they hit you with the whammy bammy, and now there goes that wound that you worked on cleaning and putting your gauze on and
falling back down to the totem pole.
But Kit,
yes,
ma'am. Sometimes it's your perspective as well. You have to also think that every relationship before you're long-term solidified, if you plan on getting married or whatever, everyone is going to be a failure. So now it's about your mindset and how you deal with your journey. So it's not really necessarily like, okay, it may be wounds opening up or whatever like that. But sometimes even whatever wounds, if it's the same wound opening up, then you probably got to look at it and see, what do I have to work on? Why this keep on happening, that specific thing. If not, if it's other things, then you got to understand, okay, why is this the type of person that I'm always, interacting with constantly? And, things there's a lot to it, but it's a process.
Because you really have to do, because you have to be able to say, where is my accountability in this?
Right.
What did I do? Like, it's kind of like I know people who will date dudes in jail, right? And I ask them, but there's so many that are free. Why are you locking yourself up with him? But that's a safer bet. He can't.
That's why we say. That's why we say choose better.
You understand what I'm saying?
I wanted to add on to what Jess was saying. like I wanted to add on is like sometimes too, just like sometimes going through that process, it can kind of create a defeatist attitude as well, or just mentality, because it's like you can keep. I'm a very headstrong person, but there has been multiple times in my life, even recently, to where it's like certain relationships, it just kind of took me down a darker path that I'm usually not on, because it's like, dang, like I'm doing the account, I'm what y'all are saying, reflect, accountability, figure out what you're doing wrong. And like that repetition can get very tiresome. It really can. So I feel what you're saying, kid, about
but
that.
allow
But
the
it can,
healing. Allow the healing, because a lot of people don't allow that healing.
yeah.
That's the problem. A lot of people don't allow that healing. So then it's like going into the same things over and over, rather than, okay, like through that introspection, take that time.
Yeah.
Heal. Go through the grieving. Grieving is okay.
You gotta
go
heal.
through the grieving.
If you're not healing, me personally, just my personal opinion, I feel like that's what makes you still attract. Because a lot of people do ask, like, why do I keep attracting these guys that like to do this?
Right.
There's some things that's just a no for somebody, and they'll attract that person that is carrying around that no. So, I feel like it's because you still haven't really healed. So it just keeps being brought back full circle until you really know how to react to that. You know what I'm saying?
You got to make the unconscious conscious. And that's exactly what happens. We all have that friend, right? Who just dates the same guy, different t-shirt.
Yep.
Same guy, different t-shirt. But until she becomes aware, well, you know what? The next time a guy wants to Netflix and chill on a first date, I'm gonna just say no. She's not gonna learn her lesson. Right.
But you see, what I see is this, right? Women be choosing bad their whole life. I've literally watched, if I talk to older women, they be like, y'all could never find a good man. And I do believe that it has a lot to do with the wordplay. I believe you attract the things that you say. So if you're sitting here talking about, all men ain't shit.
Correct.
Essentially, you gonna keep finding these ain't shit men. This ain't nothing to say like you talking about how all these women are finding men in jail.
Yeah.
Well,
why are you looking for men in jail? Why are you looking for men in clubs? Why are you looking for men in
this whole show? Here's the thing: outside of people I know, there's whole shows about it. Love after lockup, life,
right?
Lockup.
Jail
there's literally a whole network that will show you person after person, different demographics, different colors, different states, and will show you that they do it, and they do it. Oh my bad, you was about to say. I'm sorry. You was
the jail.
Hold on, real quick. We got a $50.
I'm so sick of him.
Don't be sick of him. I'm not sick of him. Hold up.
You ain't never sick of him. You ain't never sick of him. Be sick of him.
We got a $50.
You ain't never
super chat. Right? We're gonna answer this. We're gonna answer this question.
I want to answer
what
it.
Does healing look like? Actually, what does your healing look like to a man looking to take you off the dating market?
I want to answer that one. My healing looks like me taking accountability for what I do. My healing looks like me stopping that negative talk. All men are this, all men are doing that, and whatever, and addressing men singularly. I meet you, I get to learn you, I get to understand you. My healing looks like me stopping the ways of my mother and my grandmother and my great grandmother and trying to find how Uma can relate to a man. That's what my healing looks like.
We're going to go around the board for this one. Sydney, what does your healing look like?
I believe my healing looks like, and I know this for sure for myself because I went through premarital counseling, but my healing looks like understanding that the independent Black woman is not always a good thing, that can be very toxic. It really depends on the lens you're coming from, and what that looks like from what you've learned. And so I had to get to a place where I can be submissive and let my man lead. So that would be for me.
I love that. Let your man lead. All right. Boom box. What does your healing look like?
I actually kind of struggled with the same thing when I first got married because I was a single mom when I first got married. So I was so used to just doing everything. And I had to kind of step out of that and realize that, I have a partner now, and treat it as a partnership, especially when it came to the kids. So I had to heal during my marriage from that. Um, and then more so just taking accountability. I was I'm a baby girl. So and I have 3 brothers. I grew up in a house with all guys. So I never really had to do that. And so that was something that I really had to learn as well. Um and being truthful about it, like, being um sincere with it, I guess.
Mhm.
Um and just letting him know that I appreciate him too.
And you know what I see in you right now, Boombox? I see as you talk about your man, your husband, my guy, you got a little fuzzy right there. You started to feel, you was like,
True
like
love.
you thought about it. You thought about it, mama. All right.
Ooh.
I mean, it's been a roller coaster ride, but
I know. I know. MRT, what does your healing look like?
All right, so I don't know if this is gonna answer the question or not, but this is what I was thinking about the whole time. I think my healing looks like me being completely grounded, because whenever I'm holding on to something or I'm not healed, I am very emotionally unstable. I'm literally a crash out at any moment. Anybody can say anything and I'm literally gonna crash out and just spaz. I'm breaking down and this and that. I'm not getting nothing done. So I would say being grounded, having a true inner peace, and also making sure that I've healed and detached from certain things that me and my father had issues with growing up, and just realizing that I have to take accountability for my own life now as a young woman. So I would say for me, being grounded.
Right. All right, so we all know that
oh my God.
it is not
Ain't
trying to be
baptized.
taken off the market.
Hold on, wait, what?
It ain't trying to be taken off the
Oh,
market.
hell no.
She wants to be on
we're
that.
not
Yo,
doing
I
that.
was like, who told Chill to go bake a ham? It was Candace. I was like, oh my god.
Oh man. What's your healing look like, kid?
First things first, the opinions.
Hold up. Don't say the
comments
edibles and
GMT
don't say the edible incredibles. All right. Don't say your healing. I don't want to hear that.
opinions and comments from GMT
Toxic
about me
MRT,
not
what?
wanting to be off the market are only his, and they're toxic, and we're not listening to him. But for me, what healing looks like forgiveness.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's me forgiving myself for
Yes.
being afraid to be my higher self and not to accept what was easily available, because it was easier to pick it from the ground and try to fix it and heal it and make it for me, versus reaching up into my bigger self to pick what I knew would be a harder grab, but more worthy of the weight. It also looks like me forgiving those that I allowed to take advantage in that moment, in any of them, because it was the easier, less fought for thing, and it was convenient, and it was already known, and I didn't have to do the work, but just be accepting of what was to come. So for me, healing looks forgiving myself and those who knew what they were doing and still did it to me anyway, and me allowing them to do it and still stand there.
Yo, let me add on that, because I gotta add that into mine. I gotta add everything she said into mine, because that forgiveness, man. Let me tell y'all just real quick introspective time, or whatever, however you say the word. So I had a terrible previous relationship, right? And when you dealing with it, you're trying to move past it, and you're angry, you want to get them back, right? You want to put your hands on them. And for the longest, man, I said, boy, if I ever see him, if I ever get the time to just do some type of lick back, boy, I'm gonna take it. I mean, I had that on. Yes, I had that on me for a long time. Like, I'm talking a deep anger, like deeper than how angry I was at my daddy. And this was last year sometime, June, September, something like that. I had the opportunity where he reached out to me actually, because I know he'd be watching my YouTube, but he reached out to me and was basically like, you know, MRT definitely get out of here, Matthew, get out of here. But the point about the forgiveness part is that he hit me up. He was like, hey, you know, you want to go to dinner or something like that. I never even responded, because it was like at that moment, it was like all that anger and me wanting to get back. At that moment, I was like, wow, I really have like made tremendous progress to not even feel like that. And I didn't even respond. I didn't even feel like playing those games and try to throw shade and do that. But it's almost like God allowed me to see how far I've come in the healing and forgiveness process by me having that one opportunity that I was praying to have so I could jump on them. But but it was like, I mean, I never responded. I didn't feel no type of way about it. And I just moved on. And I was forgiveness, man.
That's for you.
It's
not for the other person.
Yep.
Forgiveness is for you.
Yep. I did a live about last week about that. Forgiveness is for yourself. It don't got nothing to do with
100%. So Jess, you there?
Jess.
That's justified.
Hey, Matthew, get out of here. I'm pretty sure you toxic, Matthew.
Oh man! Actually, Matthew been trying to hook you up. Matthew is trying to hook you up with one of his boys. And keep rejecting him.
That's him. Oh yeah,
I don't even know what he looked like.
Trying to hook you up. He's let me get in the DMs. So just justified. What does your healing look like?
Definitely a lot of introspection, making sure that I'm reflecting on just how I dealt with things, how I move forward from it, and how I can be a better person for myself and for whoever I encounter in the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. So we got a few more super chats. My guy said, wait, what? You were a single
First
what? Interesting. So
who he talking to?
He's talking about boom bop.
Oh, he's trying to get some boom boom.
Yo, chill, son.
Find something safe to do, chill.
Take you to the boom boom room.
Chill, son. So
done.
we also got here super chat from my guy. 1 second, y'all. We got a super chat from Blockchain. What's goody, my guy? He says, shout out to GMT for giving the ladies a platform to share their thoughts and ideas on so many dope ass topics. That's what's up. And that's it for the super chats. That's it. Yo, Hink, you in the building. What's up? He says, good night, ladies. Good night to GMT and the ladies. What's good?
Good night, Hink. Oh, Hink, the one with that beard and that deep voice with the seriousness. I remember Hink.
Yeah, when you wrote in the back chat, yo, Hink look good.
I remember him.
Sure did. Disrespecting his wife and all.
You know what I'm saying? His wife,
he's Lord Jesus. My apologies.
If anything, his wife is appreciative.
I retract that.
But appreciative because she knows she ain't getting no dusty.
Hey, facts.
Okay.
You won.
If anything, his wife is like, and he is, yes, boo, be handsome, boo. Okay, like she's happy she ain't marrying a dusty.
Right.
So we got another super chat. We got another $10 super chat.
Outage in my area.
Just
I'm addressing it.
I'm addressing it.
I'm addressing it. Outage in my area. All right. First of all, that should be something that Mingo should be dealing with because it's Spectrum.
Come on, Spectrum.
Oh,
come on. Jelly bean. My favorite candy used to be jelly beans.
Thank you, Jelly.
This is a dope topic. I am gonna cut the show short tonight, though. It sucks because we got so much more that we could delve into this.
Yeah.
But I gotta get my wife from the airport. So I gotta
Tiffany, we calling you a lift.
Huh? You say you gonna call her a lift? I wasn't gonna do
Professor,
that, but you know,
what
I
it
can't
do,
leave my
Professor?
wife out.
No,
I'm
you
responsible.
get her.
See, and hold up. This is how you choose, right? Your
Oh
man
my
should
God.
never, ever
Send
let you
you in
take
an
a lift.
Uber.
He shouldn't do that.
Okay.
That's leaving your life responsible in another man's hands. My wife
But-
is my responsibility. So no
Yeah,
matter
come
what
on and
goes
preach.
down, I will pick her up.
You
Yep.
better
Even
act
if
like a
it's-
responsible black man out here going to get his
Okay.
What we
woman.
talking
You
about?
better.
This is what we
You
talking
better.
about.
It's dark
So
outside.
in the dating stages, ladies, when you're dating and you have your man that's not really putting your safety first, he's not offering you that level of protection, he's not offering you that level of provision, he's not offering you these things.
Right.
Why are you with him? Why are you with him?
Professor say, put that heifer in an Uber.
God,
Uh-uh.
damn,
Are they gonna be Uber?
damn. That's crazy. That's
They
crazy.
said,
So, ladies,
for
you
all
see,
y'all
and
get
y'all
blocked.
be wanting to marry men like Professor, and he'll leave your ass in an Uber.
Yo.
First of all, he talking about
Professor got a
Tia
big
Mori.
back
Tia
and neck.
Mori not gonna be going in no Uber. Step your game up,
Look,
girl.
I ain't gonna,
Step it up.
wait, I ain't gonna hold you though, but Professor got a big back, and I know he got snacks. So call me a
Oh
fat
yes.
person.
Oh
I
yeah,
might-
he definitely got them snacks.
I might have to Uber. Like
He was
you said
telling me
you
he got the whole setup over there, kid. We're gonna have to slide.
Look, I was
That
like,
was
look, so you
back
said you
with
making
snacks.
snacks while you send me in my Uber? That's why you sending me in the Uber? Oh, okay, I'm gonna come and get my
He said he's gonna put you in the
Uber
Uber.
Black.
He's gonna put you in the Uber Black. He's gonna
fancy
put you in luxury. There we go.
He gonna see if he can't come get me, he gonna make sure I'm riding off in luxury. Professor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I
Listen.
went with Spectrum. I went against Spectrum.
All right, listen, we're gonna leave Spectrum out of this. So this was a great topic, ladies. Thank you so much for joining. I am so sorry that we got to cut the show short tonight, but we will be back next Tuesday for another episode of Grown Women Talking. And on Sunday, stay tuned for Grown Men Talking. Be in the building.
GMT.
We're gonna make this happen.
Thanks for
GMT,
joining us,
open
Uma B.
conversation. We love it. Uma B, you were a light to the show. Thank
Yes,
you so
definitely.
much.
you.
I hope I can have you on more. We will be in touch with
Yes.
each other.
I
We're
would
gonna
love-
make this thing. We're gonna make this thing happen, y'all. We're gonna make this thing happen. So until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
If it gets too hot, roll the window down. If I fuck things up, just tell me now. I'm living in a blinded town, am I running out of time? Feeling control when I'm talking to you. Slow trip, trying to play it cool. Nothing to do, let's drive to the ocean. Get high, lay on the beach. White water running down my feet. Make love and repeat, I don't ever want to stay all night to see the sunrise. It's way too soon. Call